Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Ruiz, also known as Ralph Dude, and today I bring you guys a brand new Ribombee team. This Ribombee team is actually really fun to use. I spent quite a lot of time building this team and testing it so I can bring you guys something new, something fresh, and I'm really happy with the results. So let's break it down, but before we get into the details of this team as usual, I would like to remind you that if you want to support the channel, please consider leaving a like on the video and also subscribing. Helps me a ton so I can keep growing my content here. So let's begin. Actually, before we get into the details of the team, I would like to tell you that last weekend there was a regional in Dortmund in Europe, and there was a guy that is probably a viewer that actually used the Donspurs team. Like the Donspurs team that I showcased the other day was actually used by this player in a best of 3 regional with more than 700 players. And guess what? He made day 2 with it, and he was 1 win away from making top cut. 1 more win, and he would have made top cut with the Donspurs team. That was crazy. Thank you so much. I think his name is Hector. Thank you, Hector, for using the team. I really like when people enjoy my team, enjoy my content, and I spend a lot of time thinking about each detail of the teams I bring here, so it's always a nice thing when people like enjoy those teams and can use them in different environments. So thank you so much for using it, and thank you to all of you that watch my content and like my teams. So let's begin this Ribombee team. So it all began with me wanting to use a Tailwind setter that is not part of the usual Tailwind, let's say, setters of the format, right? Like, Whimsicott, Talonflame, Murkrow. I wanted something different, and I was trying to see if there was any, like, Tailwind setter that is worth it. And I found this little guy here, Ribombee. It's a Bug and Fairy type that has access to Tailwind, is really fast. And for the standards of Regulation H, I think that was okay. 100 and I think it's 193 speed at level 50 max, like fully invested. It's base 124, I think, which is really high, honestly. It's even faster than Whimsicott. Of course, Whimsicott has Prankster. And this thing has Shield Dust. It has 2 very good abilities, Shield Dust and Swift Veil. I was considering Swift Veil at some point because it makes you immune to sleep in general. So a Mungus that can maybe try to put you to sleep. No, they cannot with that ability. But Shield Dust is probably overall better, more consistent, because it protects you from secondary effects. It's like a cover cloak basically in an ability. So you cannot flinch by Fake Out, your speed cannot be reduced by Electro Web or Icy Wind, and they cannot poison you with Sludge Bomb, things like that. And that means you can actually use another item, and you have both the effect of a Cover Cloak and a Focus Sash, which is pretty cool. And you have a Moonblast Fake Tears Tailwind set here. Fake Tears is one of the main selling points of this Pokemon, in my opinion. Setting Tailwind is nice, but what do you do after you set up Tailwind? Obviously, when you set up Tailwind, you want to support a teammate that benefits from the Tailwind, usually something strong. But sometimes being strong is not enough. You need to get KOs, and what better than a Fake Tears combination? The classic Fake Tears spam. So, like Whimsicott or maybe Grimmsnarl or other potential Prankster Fake Tears users, this Pokemon can actually Fake Tears Dark types, which I think is really cool because you can sometimes struggle to hit those Dark types like, Tyranitar, Kingambit, Incineroar with a Prankster Pokemon because they're immune to Prankster moves. That's not the case here. You have Fake Tears, you can use that into any Pokemon that is not holding a Clear Amulet or has the Clear Body ability, which is pretty neat in my opinion. And I wanted obviously to support this idea by adding a lot of special attackers that can benefit from Fake Tears. This Ribombee actually hits decently hard. It's base 95 special attack, fully invested in this case. Max speed, max special attack with Focus Sash. Pretty consistent Terra, so you are immune to Fake Out in case you want your Sash to not be broken by Fake Out, or in case you want to take like a Population Bond from Mousehold, something like that. It's pretty nice to have it's pretty nice to have a Terra Ghost option on a Sash Pokemon. And then we have these special attackers here. We have Serperior, we have Archaludon, and we have Primarina. And Chandelure. So Serperior is obviously an interesting Pokemon because it has the Contrary and Leaf Storm combination. Leaf Storm usually gives you a -2 special attack after using the move because of how powerful it is. But with Contrary, it's the opposite. You actually get a +2 special attack because Contrary reverses the stat changes on the Pokemon. And that's pretty nice. You have Citrus Berry for some extra longevity. And Serperior has access to this really, really good move called Glare. Glare is like a boosted Thunder Wave in the sense that it cannot miss, and you can use it against ground type Pokemon because it's not a electric type attack. So in other words, you can paralyze a Garchomp. You can paralyze a Bloodborne Ursaluna, for example. Any ground type Pokemon, you can paralyze it with Glare. And Glare cannot miss, which is huge. Serperior has a pretty decent speed stat. It's base 113, if I remember correctly, which makes it faster than things like Mousehold, Garchomp, of course. And that's also pretty nice because you can outspeed them and attack them really hard with your Leaf Storm. Ideally, a boosted special attack stat. But if that's not ideal, you can Glare, so a partner can attack that Pokemon because obviously the speed is dynamic nowadays, so you have the option to just attack it or just Glare, so Primarina or Archaludon or something else gets the job done, which I think is pretty nice, having a secondary speed control option. You have Terra Blast. I was considering the idea of Terra Stellar with Terra Blast because that's also something you can use with Contrary, since you would get special attack boost, but I didn't like that much. I think it's overall better to have the Terra Ground option. Terra Ground with Terra Blast means that you can hit things that would normally wall you, like for example Incineroar, or like Goldango, like Kingambit, like Archaludon. I think that's pretty nice on a Pokemon like this. So it's a very versatile Pokemon, right? It can do a lot of damage, it can paralyze the opponent, and it can also maybe hit things that are not usually expecting that you can hit them because of the Terra Blast Ground option. It's a max speed Serperior. You need to take advantage of that speed stat. It does have some bulk. Serperior is not very powerful to begin with. It's only base 75 special attack, I think, which is pretty low. But Leaf Storm is a really high base power move. And obviously, at +2, you start doing a lot of damage, even to resisted things. So yeah, let's move on. We have our Archaludon, which is a sturdy power herb set. In this case, we have max speed, max special attack. Sturdy protects you from being KO'd by any attack if your HP is at full. And then you have Power Herb to activate your Electroshot. One time you have a very powerful Electroshot that would obviously give you a +1 special attack. Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, and Protect are the other moves of the set. You have Terra Stellar, so you can do more damage with your Draco, your Flash Cannon, and with Electroshot also, because Stellar boosts Electroshot by 20%, which is, in combination with Fake Tears, really, really useful in some cases. For example, you can KO with Terra Stellar Electroshot. You can KO a Salvez Kingambit after Fake Tears, which I think is really, really crazy to think about it. Kingambit, you know, one of the bulkiest Pokemon on the format right now with access to the Salvez set. It's actually something you can KO with Electroshot, which, you know, it's crazy to think about it. Of course, this is if you Terra. If you don't Terra, you wouldn't KO an Salvez Kingambit, but if you do Terra, +1 Electroshot with the Stellar Terra and Fake Tear support one-shots AV Kingambit. And you can obviously do that combination to one-shot a lot of things. With Draco, with Electroshot, with Flash Cannon, it's up to you. But that's nice to have. That's why in this team, we have a lot of special attackers to take advantage of the Fake Tears support from Ribombee. We have Primarina, which is a very, very strong special attacker. It's a little bit slow, so it does benefit a lot from Tailwind and potential Glare support from Serperior. This one is a little bit different than the average Primarina, though. It's very fast. Like, I have a lot of speed investment. It outspeeds Dragapult in Tailwind, which is a lot of speed stat that you need, obviously, a lot of speed investment to hit that stat. And then I have Ice Beam as the third coverage move. We have Hyper Voice, Moonblast, Ice Beam, Protect. Why Ice Beam? To hit grass types mainly. Grass types like Amoonguss. Sometimes you have Ribombee Primarina in front of an Amoonguss lead. Well, you can Fake Tears Ice Beam with Life Orb. Bye-bye. Amoonguss is gone. So that's pretty nice. You have Life Orb to increase your damage. It's Terra Steel for nice defensive Terra to resist normal moves, to resist grass moves, being immune to poison as well. I think that's pretty good. And then we have Chandelure. Chandelure is a very interesting Pokemon in this team. You have the immunity to fire moves, which helps you into your Trick Room matchup, for example, Lillian Torkoal. It also helps you into Typhlosion, Whimsicott spam. Of course, Typhlosion can hit you with Shadow Ball, but if they are choice locked, they're gonna have to pick what they want to lock into, and if they lock into a fire move, then Chandelure is immune to that. It's Choice Scarf, but it's a different kind of Choice Scarf. Why? Because it is EV to be 1 point slower than Ribombee. So it's Choice Scarf, but it's still slower than Ribombee. The reason for that is you can Fake Tears and immediately utilize that Fake Tears support so your Chandelure can get a stronger attack. Because it's not Prankster Fake Tears, so if you outspeed your own Ribombee, then the combination doesn't work that well. So I decided to, make this interaction happen so you can still outspeed a lot of things, because Chandelure with Choice Scarf, even though it's slower than Ribombee, it's going to outspeed Garchomp, it's going to outspeed Maushold, it's going to outspeed Zoroark, it's going to outspeed a lot of things that don't usually expect you to outspeed them, but it's still slower, so you can still use the Fake Tears combination. Obviously, that means you're not going to be faster than Dragapult, for example, even though with the Choice Scarf you're going to be outsped, but that's something you have to keep in mind. It's Heat Wave, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Overheat with Terra Grass. I think that set is really, really good. You have the Terra Grass for defensive Terra. You keep the Flash Fire, so even fire moves, even if you Terra, are still going to be doing no damage to you. And then finally, we have Corviknight, one of the last additions of the team. It has Bravery, Body Press, Iron Defense, and Taunt. The idea of this Corviknight is to help us against Trick Room teams and against teams that have King Gambit. I think the combination of Iron Defense and Body Press is really good on any bulky Pokemon, but on Corviknight it's probably also better because you have Mirror Armor. So Mirror Armor means that they cannot drop your stats with like Electro Web, for example, or they cannot, for example, also try to intimidate you because you're going to bounce that back with Mirror Armor. And Bravery is a move that I picked also because it's very good into Sneasler, into like Whimsicott, Amoonguss, things that would usually resist Body Press, then you have Bravery to hit them. So that's the idea. I think Taunt was needed because there are some teams that are really, really annoying. So having Taunt can be very good for this team because the team is like hyper offensive. Like the idea is to be hyper offensive. So having some sort of defensive balance here made a lot of sense to me. So Corviknight with a very, very bulky set with a lot of physical defense investment is going to be our defensive backbone here. So this is the team. We have this combination of Pokemon with Fake Tears. We have Corviknight. Hopefully you enjoyed this team. We're going to have some battles. You have the rental code in the right side of your screen, and also in the description down below you can find the PokePaste with all the EV spreads and whatnot. So let's begin. Let's get into our first match of the video. And we found our first opponent of the day. We're playing against someone from 93rd. And it's a Dragonite Ursaluna. It reminds me of the picture of the Regulation Age rules. When you log into the Battle Stadium, you see a Dragonite Ursaluna fighting each other. Well, this player has both Dragonite and Ursaluna, which I think is pretty fun. Dragonite, Ursaluna, Gholdengo, Cantonian Arcanine, Sneasler, and Amoonguss. Maybe that Dragonite has Tailwind. I've seen a bunch of Tailwind Dragonites lately. It's not Hisuian Arcanine, it's Cantonian Arcanine. I'm gonna go with Ribombee. And I think I want to go with Primarina. Gholdengo is going to be a problem, but I can Terra. Do I want to go with Primarina? Maybe I don't want to go with Primarina up front. Archaludon is also good. I think Primarina is probably better. I kind of want to go Chandelure and Archaludon, I think. Yep, let's go with this. The team is not very fast, our opponent's team. So maybe there's like a Scarf Pokemon somewhere, or maybe the Dragonite has Tailwind, as I said. Maybe it's a Scarf Gholdengo, who knows. But let's see, we have the speed advantage for the most part. Sneasler Gholdengo. That is exactly what I didn't want to see. Well, I have a play here, which is switching Primarina into Chandelure. And then next turn, I can Heat Wave Moonblast. I think I'm going to do that. I don't think you're going to Shadow Ball. I don't think you're going to Shadow Ball. You either fake out the Primarina or you go for Dire Claw, which I resist. Dire Claw into Ribombee. And Nasty Plot. Interesting. I'm gonna Moonblast the Goldango and Heat Wave. Because if you are Terra Dragon, this Heat Wave would be resisted, but then you're gonna make yourself weak to the Moonblast. Goldango is one of the few Pokemon that you cannot go for Fake Tears against. So it's a tricky one. They don't know the Chandelure's Scarf, so they probably expect the Sneasler to be faster. Sneasler could have Throat Chop. He's Terastallizing. Hopefully it's a Terra Dragon. Hopefully. It's Terra Flying. Okay. Well, this is not gonna KO then. We get special attack drop, which could help. Dire Claw into Ribombee. We have the shield dot, so you cannot put me to sleep. And make it rain. Okay, okay. So, Heat Wave is gonna KO both. I wonder if I should bring Primarina or Archaludon. Probably want to bring Archaludon, right? So Sneasler probably switches out here. I'm gonna Heat Wave and Flash Cannon. You can just protect and sack Sneasler. That's another play they can make. And obviously Chandelure can miss, so I have to be careful with that. I think Goldango's gonna protect. Yeah, you want to protect Goldango so you can like reposition the other slot, most likely. Please, Chandelure, don't miss. I beg you, don't miss. Oh no, we missed. We missed. It's unfortunate. I mean, we do have the Surdy, but it's extremely unfortunate. Because now we have only 1 HP, and there's a chance there is extreme speed user in the back. Like, they have Arcanine, they have Dragonite, so they're just going to extreme speed me. And that is annoying, but it's Pokemon. It can happen. Misses are part of the game. There is the Dragonite. I'm gonna Draco Meteor you and Flash and Heat Wave. Like, if you extreme speed, you extreme speed. I already missed. They didn't extreme speed. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Come on, Archaludon. Chandelure already missed in the previous turn. You don't miss here. Oh, they're faster? What? They are faster. Bro, Dragonite cannot be faster unless you are Jolly max speed. Or Jolly, not necessarily max speed. This guy is using Jolly Dragonite. Okay. It's Jolly Dragonite. It literally is. That's a Mungus. Okay. So they already Terra. Yeah, they already Terra, so there's not much I can do about it. They are faster than Scarf Chandelure because they're a Jolly Dragonite. So if they skill shot the Chandelure, I'm not able to do anything. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He really went for a protect. And I miss another Heat Wave. Oh my god, what is happening? Chandelure is blind. It's my fault for using Heat Wave, I guess. Oh man, I could have just doubled the Amoonguss, but like, it doesn't matter. I missed the Heat Wave anyways, but... This is incredible. He's probably gonna pollen buff his own Dragonite so he brings back the multi-scale. It's a game that I had locked. Like, literally locked. But Chandelure said, nope, I'm gonna miss 2 very important Heat Waves. Because if he didn't miss the Heat Wave on this Nizzler, Archaludon had full HP. What can I tell you, man? Rich Powder, let's see if I can wake up. Skill shot. With the Life Orb Rico, this is gonna be probably a 2-shot. Let's see if I wake up. No. Of course, I stayed asleep. Incredible. Yeah, sometimes you just have to rely on your opponent missing their moves. If you cannot find any other win condition, just hope they miss. And you might face someone that is unlucky like me and they just miss their moves. And then you win. And it has low kick. Bro, why did you click skill shot then if you had low kick ult this time? Like, really? Skill shot, low kick, Dragonite. The game was probably over if I just connected, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just miss your moves and you cannot do anything about it. Other than not using those moves. But obviously Heat Wave is needed on Chandelure in my opinion because that's the whole point of being a Scarf, having that spread attack. Sometimes you just need to connect, sometimes you need to connect them both, so then is where Heat Wave really has some value. But of course, those are the risks of using such moves. But yeah, GG to our opponent. Let's get into our next game. And we found our next opponent. Let's see what we have to play against now. We're playing against Lees. And it's using Bibelian Garchomp, Incineroar, Goldango, P2, and Blood Moon Ursaluna. Okay. This is tough. I have to call the lead. If I think they're going to lead Trick Room, I can lead Corviknight. Corviknight's actually really good against this guy's team. What if they lead Bibelion? They can just Sleep Powder me. I can lead maybe this. I could lead Chandelure, but if they lead Incineroar, that's a problem. If I lead Corviknight and they lead Incineroar, that's fine because I can bounce back the Intimidate and start clicking Iron Defense or Taunt. I think I'm gonna lead this. I'm gonna have P2 Corviknight, sorry, in the back, and then for the last one, maybe I'm going with Archaludon. The Goldango is also looking kind of tough if I'm not bringing Chandelure or Primarina. Because Primarina is usually a 2-shot into Goldango, but like Archaludon's Electro Shot should do a good chunk. Around 70 probably. So let's see. Babylon Garchomp. So I call the lead. I'm gonna Moonblast here. And I don't know if I should click Leaf Storm. I'm gonna risk it. Babylon is like Blast Cannon. It's 4 times resisted though. Maybe I should have just gone for Terra Blast. But I think Moonblast from Ribombee should do around 80% probably. And I really need the +2 for the rest of the game, I think. Let's see. Oh, I got a crit! Thank you, Ribombee. I appreciate that because now it's guaranteed to be enough. I don't think it would have been enough without the crit though. Maybe it was. Rock Slide. Garchomp went for Rock Slide. And that did hurt. Wait a second. Is that Banded Garchomp? It did quite a lot to Serperior. Let me check. It did 51. And that's Banded Garchomp. I'm gonna Fake Tears here. I'm gonna Fake Tears and click Leaf Storm into the P2. Oh! They are terrestrializing the P2 into a flying type. So I might lose both here. Yeah, I wouldn't have KO'd even without the Terra. They Rock Slide and they click, I imagine, Terra Blast. They're Banded P2 with Banded Garchomp with Terra Flying P2. So we can spam Earthquake. But they went for Trick Room. Okay. I'm going to bring her Archaludon. Serperior's +4. Electro Shot here. And I'm gonna Terra and Leaf Storm into the P2 slot in case they switch. Oh, they did not switch. I hope Serperior survives this Terra Blast then. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go, baby. And Electroshock should KO the P2. It's -2 special defense because of the fake tears. It is weak to Electroshock. I doubled into the P2 in case they switch P2 out into Ursaluna, which is obviously immune to Electroshock. So I would have KO'd the Ursaluna. And now, like, Garchomp is locked into Rock Slide. And it's faster than Serperior now that it's in Trick Room, so I technically can flinch here. And obviously he hasn't missed a single time. And he keeps critting me. And bye-bye, Garchomp. And I imagine the last one is Ursaluna. Serperior is +6 now, by the way. It is Bloodwind Ursaluna. So, 3 turns of Trick Room. I'm going to protect. Just still a turn of Trick Room. They can Hyper Voice here, of course. They can Hyper Voice and hope for a miss. That's their only win con here. But I think with Corviknight in the back, I should be fine. Because if I miss now, next turn I protect. And it's the last turn of Trick Room. I guess if they have like Vacuum Wave. So I'm going to Draco. And look at this. +6, baby. +6. I'm going to Draco, and I'm going to Leaf Storm. So, if I miss, I miss. Huh. That did less than what I was expecting. So that apparently is AB Blood Moon. That's AB, so it shouldn't go down from this. Yep. Yep. But Corviknight should always win here. So I just Flash Cannon and Body Press. And it should be GG. AB Ursaluna is very, very bulky. And it's pretty common right now. So GG to our opponent. That was a great set. I wish I won the first game, so we had like 2 wins and 0 losses, but Chandelure is blind. We didn't bring Chandelure this game though, so we didn't risk the miss necessarily. I mean, we did risk the miss on the Draco meter, but yeah. Let's get into our next match of the video. And we found our next opponent of the day. Someone from 300 rating. And it's using Indeedee Armorage. Indeedee Armorage, Bloodwind Ursaluna Torkoal, Suin Lillian, and Dragonite. It's not a good matchup. If there was no Armorage, I could just leave Chandelure and spam Heatwave, but there's an Armorage. Maybe I can leave Chandelure Primarina. And then have like Corviknight in back with Arch. I think so. Of course, Corviknight is good into Bloodwind Ursaluna, and it's also technically good into Indeedee and like maybe Dragonite, but it's really bad into Armorage and Torkoal. But that's where the Chandelure should help, right? But they can expand enforcement. Oh. I was not expecting this. Okay, so what I think is going to happen is like they think they're faster. I can Terra Energy Ball. But like, I don't think that's needed. I could just Heat Wave and like Hyper Voice. Because like they can, like they're doing this because they want to probably after you or Sleep Powder. So let's see. Blobner, Salute, Terrasalizing probably into a normal type, so there was no point in going for like Energy Bowl if you're not going to be a ground type anymore. Yeah, Heat Wave is just overall better. Now, what is happening here? I'm faster because I'm Scarf and they don't have Sun. I get the burn, but it's not a physical Pokemon, it's a special one. Sleep Powder into Chandelure. And Hyper Voice, baby. GG. He really tried to Sleep Powder Chandelure. Okay, I'm glad I picked the Terra Grass for this Chandelure because I was debating when building the team if I should go Terra Fire just for more damage. But I think Terra Grass is just overall better in a lot of scenarios. And this should be GG. Dragonite and Armor's. Well, I think I switch out into Corviknight and just click Hyper Voice. Because even if you Wide Guard, you don't attack me, basically. Skill Shot. This is the, I don't know, 100th time I've seen a Skill Shot Dragonite in the past week. And obviously every single one is from a Japanese player. I imagine this Hyper Voice should be enough to KO. I mean, I'm Life Orb. Yeah. Armor is gone, and Dragonite usually cannot touch Corviknight unless you're running something like Thunder Punch. I can just easily set up on you. I'm gonna Iron Defense and Protect. They might just forfeit here, but this is the most optimal play. GG, they forfeit the match. We get our next win, and it was a quick match, I would say, but it was a fun one. Let's get into the next battle. And we found our next battle. We are playing against someone from 55 rating. And it's using a Goldengo, Kingambit, Annihilate, Dragonite, Whimsicott, Volcarona team. So we're facing a Volcarona, Whimsicott combination. And I've seen a lot of people going live for Volcarona on Whimsicott teams lately, which makes sense. Kingambit is kind of tricky though. Corviknight can beat Kingambit and usually Annihilate unless they beat up, but cannot beat Volcarona. I mean, technically I can with Bravebird, actually. So we're gonna try to match Tailwinds, that's for sure. And I think I want to lead with Chandelure. I want to have Corviknight in the back. And for the last one, Serperior is faster than Volcarona, so I can Glare. Archaludon has Sturdy. Let's go Archaludon. It has Sturdy. I don't know. I might regret not bringing Primarina, but technically Archaludon gives me that security that you have the Sturdy and it's like a Focus Sash, but let's see. Let's see what they bring. Maybe Whimsicott Volcarona up front. It's Annihilate Dragonite, actually. I was not expecting this at all. wow. I can protect here. I can protect and switch into Corviknight. Let's see. I don't know what kind of an item this is. Maybe it is a Final Gambit one, or maybe it's just like bulk up. It's Scarf Annihilate with coaching. Man, I'm so tired of Skill Shot Dragonite. Honestly, that thing is just so dumb. And of course, you get 5 hits. He's gonna coach again. So I'm gonna Tailwind here. And I'm gonna try to Iron Defense. It's +1 speed, and technically the defense drops from skill shots are mitigated by the coaching. They switch out into what though? Hopefully it's not Whimsicott. It is Volcarona. Dragonite goes for a Protect. Okay, cool. Okay, so we get the Iron Defense off. I have Chandelure and Archaludon. I can protect here. I want to keep Ribombee alive. I can Braver the Volcarona. I think that's what I'm going to do. They saw the Iron Defense, so probably they think I don't have Braver. That's pretty possible. So they are not Terrassalizing. So let's see how much this Braver does. It's still faster even in Tailwind. +2 defense, so I'm not that worried about this. I should be faster than this Volcarona unless it's like Choice Scarf. The question is if I KO or not. The answer is yes. And we get rid of Volcarona. But we took a lot of recoil. I wish I had Roost now, but I still think Taunt was the right decision. Skiing Gambit. Oh. How many Tailwind turns I have left? 2. So I can Moonblast here and Body Press here, right? I think that's probably okay. He's gonna Terrasilize the King Gambit most likely into, I don't know, Fly In, Fire, Fairy, whatever. Poison. Yeah, that's okay. Moonblast into the Dragonite. That's a lot of damage. Oh, that was a crit. Stomping Tantrum into Ribombee. Okay, so they double into Ribombee. That's AV King Gambit. Most likely. They have Stomping Tantrum. If I bring Chandelure, this is the last turn of Tailwind. If I bring Chandelure, they're just gonna protect stall the Tailwind, and then they kill me with Skill Shot. But it's my only chance anyways. We have one more turn of Tailwind. We still have the Terra. I think I have to Terra. Go for Overheat. Plus Iron Defense. Yeah. I'm gonna go for display. Dragonite theoretically cannot touch Corviknight, so I think they're gonna try to final Gambit with an Eyelid in the end game. Dragonite protects, that's fine. King Gambit cannot protect, so it's a Solvest. We go for the Overheat. It's a decent chunk, but it's not enough. And then we get the Iron Defense off. +4 defense. We cut out Cleave here. We survive. I think we should body press the Dragonite now. I'm gonna overheat the King Gambit in case I can get the overheat off. And I'm gonna body press the Dragonite. I don't want recoil. Skill shot. I wonder why they skill shot. Like, they're getting defense drops. So now this body press should definitely KO, even though it's resisted. Yeah. I mean, I think it would have KO'd anyways. +4. I just hope this King Gambit does not crit me, please. Yeah, it does nothing. It does literally nothing. And now, like, you cannot... So let me think this. You cannot final Gambit the Corviknight because you lose to Archaludon. Like, I just Electroshot. You might close combat. And Sucker Punch. I should always body press the King Gambit and Electroshot the King Gambit, I think. Yeah, final Gambit, but my friend, I am sturdy. I am sturdy. That's why I saved the Archaludon for the end game. So he had to close combat, but like Corviknight's +4 defense and an Eyelibs usually don't have attack investment if they are Scarf. So the close combat was going to do, I don't know, 20% probably to Corviknight. So Corviknight actually carried in this game. Amazing. I'm glad that I included my Corviknight. This is my shiny Corviknight, which I would say that I was EV training something back in Sword and Shield in one of the first like routes of the game. And then you had Rockities in that first route. And then I was just EV training something, and then a shiny Rockity showed up there, and I caught it. And that's the shiny Corviknight you see here. So GG to our opponent. I'm glad the Corviknight put it in work, and I'm glad, of course, that we get our win here. Let's get into our next match. And we found our last opponent of the video, S239. I think I've played against this person before. Might have. They have Annihilate, Electabuzz, Grimmsnarf, Primarina, Flamigo, and Volcarona. Okay, so I'm leading with Ribombee. I think I'm fine leading with it. The question is with what? I think Archaludon makes sense. It has moves that can hit everything. Of course, there's a Electabuzz that can redirect my Electro Shots, which is not great. I can also lead with Serperior, actually. But the issue with Serperior is that if they lead Grimmsnarl, they're just... I mean, I cannot stop them from doing their thing. But I cannot be paralyzed if I go for a Terra right off the bat. Right? And then I can go Archaludon Prim. Yeah. We're going to go with Serperior in this game. I think I'm going to Terra Serperior most likely, so that way I can avoid, you know, being paralyzed by Thunder Wave. I think that's fine. Yeah. And I can keep, like, Primarina and Archaludon in the back to clean. Let's see. Grimmsnarl Annihilate. I wish I led with Archaludon now, but it's fine. I'm going to Moonblast here, and I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm. If they Thunder Wave turn 1, they Thunder Wave turn 1. That's they're usually going to Light Screen here. So let's see, Moonblast, pretty good chunk. Leaf Storm misses. Come on, Serperior. Come on, bro. Like, I had the option to lead Archaludon, and I said no, I want to lead Serperior, and you missed your freaking Leaf Storm turn 1. Come on. Yeah, this is really bad. I'm going to try to delay the Tailwind. I'm going to try again. Ah, Serperior. We probably were in such a good spot if you connected your Leaf Storm, but it is what it is. Like, you're eventually going to miss these moves. Let's see if we can actually bring it back. It's going to be tough, though, but I'm going to try. Oh! He didn't do anything else. That is a 50% on Drain Punch. 50%! Oh, man. I'm going to Tailwind now. And I'm going to click Leaf Storm into the Grimmsnarl. Now he went for Reflect. Fine. Please, Serperior. Please. Thank you. So we're +4. But they have Light Screen. I don't know why they went for that. Drain Punch would have done more damage. But like, whatever. There's the Electabuzz. So they can protect here. I'm going to Fake Tears the Annihilate. and actually go for a Leaf Storm into Annihilate. Yeah, I called to protect. And you might be thinking, oh, you're using Fake Tears into a Defiantmon. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because Serperior is dying anyways. Take this +4. Bye-bye. You don't play that mind game here against me, my friend. I've been in that spot 100 of times, and I know why you want to protect there. Two turns of Tailwind. I think we just Fake Tears into you and Terra Blast into you. Follow me, fine. Just gonna Quiver Dance, I guess. Is there a way I can lose this game? I don't think so. Bye-bye, Electabuzz. I don't risk my Leaf Storm missing anymore. I don't want to risk it. Heat Wave misses into something. Ribombee dodges it. Great, Ribombee. Thank you. Serperior, thank you for your service. You did a great job even though you missed that first Leaf Storm for no reason, and it's life for Volcarona. Wow. So I think I just bring Archaludon. We have one more turn of Tailwind. We're gonna Fake Tears and click Electroshock. Protect. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna waste my Electroshock, let's say, but that's okay. I get the +1 regardless. And then next turn, I just Tailwind and Draco Meteor you again. So, unless I miss, I should be fine. They have 2 more turns of Light Screen, I think. Tailwind Peter out. Yeah, 2 more. So we Tailwind and we go for Draco. Please, Archaludon. Serperior already missed. Thank you. It doesn't KO though, but it misses again. Ribombee, come on! I don't think that matters. Oh, they get the burn. I don't think the burn matters. Nah, I don't think it matters. We just Fake Tears and Flash Cannon. It's GG. GG to our opponent. The battle was cancelled. That's the power of Fake Tears. You tried to play the mind game with me, and that was not probably the right thing to do. But GG to our opponent. I hope you guys enjoyed this team. It's a really fun team, and I hope you can use it and maybe try yourself and, you know, maybe see if the team clicks with you. I think it's a really fun team. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like in the video. I appreciate it. And let's see each other on the next video. Bye bye, guys. Peace.